Hello everyone, and this is GanGStaRss here for another awesome Fortnite Battle Royale video for you guys today. And this time today guys, a recent squads gameplay from Season 7, first sort of match that I played with Robior and GanGStaRss to get a nice Royale here in time for Christmas. And a lot of exciting news has just been posted today guys about Christmas winter skins, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this today. And this awesome gameplay that I got with the legends Robior and GanGStaRss, and you know, some exciting stuff coming to the store. And you know, I said to myself, you'll notice I'm wearing the Ragnarok skin, and I said to myself, if ever there's an item that comes back to the store, if it ever reappears again, I'm going to buy it. And perhaps from the name of my glider you might be able to determine what that is, but we shall see in a moment with the Christmas lights here coming down. What's coming down the stocking? What did GanGStaRss buy with his recent V-Bucks? Let us have a look. So you'll see in a minute guys, as we're making our way to Paradise Palms, and there is Frostwing the dragon. Yes, I did pick up the dragon guys. Come on, I had to. As he breathed his way down onto Paradise Palms with the bros right here, Robior and GanGStaRss. But definitely guys, a lot of exciting stuff coming to Fortnite Battle Royale in time for Christmas. We have a whole host of Christmas skins returning. It does look like from the trailer that we experienced early in Season 7 that there will be a gingerbread man coming back as maybe an upgradable to his burnt variant that we've seen in some loading screens. It looks like, you know, Crackshot hopefully will be returning, so I do want to buy that one. And a lot of other goodness, and also, you know, Cupidity's, the Love Ranger that Matt loved. It looks like he'll be getting a winter variant of himself as well, so exciting times are ahead for Christmas. Obviously, I am actually going away with family for the festivities, so might not be able to, like everyone else, busy at Christmas. Probably won't be able to, you know, be there for every day in the item store, unfortunately. But I hope, you know, the stuff that I'm looking to pick up, hopefully, I will be there and be able to get it. But definitely before I go away guys, I will get myself a Sergeant Winter solo gameplay. I will pick myself up a Royale, you know, a decent one, and hopefully I have a lot of action in it, and I will upload that before I go away, or at least try to. If I can't get a video that's satisfactory, or personally one that I think is good enough, you know, for the channel, I'll do it, you know, when I get back. But but anyway, today guys, really nice gameplay here in squads. It's really great to play with Robior and GanGStaRss on a, you know, frequent basis. You know, to play them in this game. I think they're really enjoying Fortnite Battle Royale as well. You know, and they still making time for Halo. But you know, it's great to be playing with them. And right here, really nice start to the squads game. The weapons, man, the heavy assault rifle gold, blue tactical to boot. Like, I just, you know, hit the lottery right there, and definitely a nice knock onto that, you know, one of the final players on the roof there. And there's one more player that we're looking for who we never find. We reasoned that this might be a squads team with Phil on, because this fourth player never appears, but we took 3 of them down there. Some really nice places to rob actually at this point to, you know, get the extra guys down there. Definitely at the beginning, and definitely in this gameplay as well, we all have around the same amount of kills. And the reason I really wanted to get this game up is, personally, it's not the, you know, probably my greatest gameplay from me personally, but towards the end, this game just takes off. I mean, to be fair, I had a lot of assists in this game, as well as, you know, a decent amount of kills, but not my highest amount. But it was a really fantastic gameplay this towards the end, and really exciting. It does feature some of the Infinity Blade action as well, not from me, although I have had some action with it. But you will see the Infinity Blade making a feature as well, which I think has been briefly taken out for a brief time, to sort of see how they can sort of play around with it. I think Epic released a statement to say, you know, we're going to vault it because Mythic items are going to have to rethink about how they'll be put into the game. So Mythic, you know, kind of being a branch above Legendary, so it's interesting to see what they do. But there's definitely going to be, I think there is going to be an update this week for Fortnite Battle Royale, to sort of, which I believe will be the first update for Season 7, like 7.1, version 7.1, so it's exciting to see what they do with it. And you know what, I think there's also been some adjustments to planes as well. Currently, you know, when you hit a guy in the plane, I think you do like 25 damage. They're going to change that to 50, which is to my liking, to be honest, because I'm not really a fan of the planes in the game. So for me personally, I think that's a really nice addition. So you know, some interesting concepts are definitely coming up in the run up to Christmas, and I really like Epic for that as well, because they're trying to make the game, you know, as best as they can by listening to their community, you know, in real time, you know, for sort of the gaming period over Christmas. So I'm really happy that they're doing that, and I really hope that everyone has a lovely Christmas. We're currently at the 17th of December when I'm recording this. But, you know, like I say, hopefully we'll get another gameplay out before the Christmas period. Everyone's going to be really busy. So, yeah, definitely try and get one out before the 25th as well. I'm trying to get a Sergeant Winter. I'm going to start playing a bit of solo now. Trying to get Sergeant Winter a gameplay. So I'd really like to release him onto the channel just before Christmas, because I think it would be timely, and yeah, hopefully whack out a load of nice gameplays in 2019 when I do get the time to play. It's a pretty important year for me. It's my final ever year of university as well. It's another thing that's going on in my life, so I will try to, when I get the time to play, I will try to you know, make the effort with uploading. But yeah, a lot of exciting times to occur in Fortnite recently, and this is just one of many. But definitely this gameplay in particular, coming back to gameplay, it was so nice to play with Robior and GanGStaRss, and again we have a fill-on, so we do have a random in this game. We're not friends with Omar, whatever his name is. He's just some randomer that we got, but yeah, definitely a nice start. I think the boys did well. Paradise Palms again. Definitely did well to you know, sort of get the better of those guys in the beginning, and you know, the heavy assault rifle gold, I think, shows its value in this gameplay towards the end, in the final, you know, the final third of the game. I think that it's just shown why this assault rifle, why I would, you know, generally always pick this up, as well as, you know, as much as a Scar potentially. It's just such a good assault rifle. And you would have seen the damage that I was outputting onto that guy that I knocked in the beginning for my first kill. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the game, I don't want to sort of spoil anything, but that weapon, I mean, you know, it's just so good. And at this point here, I noticed it's a Dire Comrade. We saw in my last gameplay. I was very happy to upload my solo game of Dire. And look, man, he's got the Dire skin. Doesn't even respond with a howl. I mean, who is this kid? Like, what? You don't even respond. And Robior was like, you know, hey, come on, respond to your master, respond to the howl. I bet he didn't even buy it from the store. That's how much of a fake he is. But yeah, as you would have seen, guys, yeah, definitely exciting solo gameplay from the last time I played as Dire. And here we go, back with a dragon, back with a frostwing. Oh my god, this glider. It's the only legendary glider I have, and I'll be honest with you, it is amazing. Look at the design of that thing. I mean, it's just... and the fact that it breathes out sort of ice fire as well is just incredible. I really love, you know, I've got to be honest with you, some of the detail in this game in Fortnite Battle Royale is just, you know, it's immense, absolutely immense. The creativity that, you know, they have in designing some of their things. And I was just actually recently looking at one of my earlier games with my Manjaro Bro celebrities, of us playing duos together early season, like, you know, season 2 or 3, and the map and everything. Like, if you think about it over time, I think Epic have done so well. This is sort of me really a video really praising Epic Games here, but they've done so well with the map over that time. I was comparing the differences. You know, I've not liked all the changes, but, you know, a lot of it is really good. Like, the way they've updated the graphics over time, the way they've updated certain ways that the game plays, you know, for convenience levels, and it's really been a massive change. Like, in the last year, they've done so much to their game, and I was always saying at the time when I was playing with Matt, I don't know if they're uploading, you know, kind of like updating too frequently, because sometimes games can do that. They sort of get ahead of themselves and then they've got nothing left to add, and I was worrying that that might happen with, you know, the more you update a game, the more that your fan base will expect. But I think, regardless, I think Epic have definitely met aims, and I think the reason they've been successful in that is because people love Fortnite Battle Royale. But I think they just always want to see what next season, what the next thing is. There's an anticipation which I think keeps the game popular, but definitely it's been one of my favourite games to play on the Xbox. potentially just as much as Halo, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I'm definitely turning into a Fortnite kid, but I really do miss Halo in some in some sense, because it's been a while since I've played. I may make the return in 2019 since there seems to be more of a player base on MCC recently again, but to be honest with you, I just haven't really been craving it. I think I've just been really enjoying Fortnite, and there's just something about this game that I really like. I think, when you're into it each season and you play it a lot, it just kind of keeps you playing, and I think as well it's just more like fun to pick up. I find with Halo, it's one of these games, Halo, in some sense Fortnite can be like that as well, but you have to play like every day with Halo, like, to sort of retain a level of, decent, being good at the game. I think you need to kind of be playing on a fairly frequent basis to get the best out of yourself and mind. And I don't know, there's that sort of element of me not wanting to make that commitment to Halo again. I know it sounds terrible for me to say, but I just don't know. But here we are with Fortnite Battle Royale. Let's enjoy it for the time being, and perhaps this, continue this Halo discussion in 2019. But definitely nice plays from us. Rob, really on top of his game right now, actually. Rob was definitely getting most of the elims at this point in the gameplay. That solo guy on the bike that we saw earlier. Here I just thought I'd use the turret to try and get the plane guy weak. I'm not the biggest fan of the turrets. I know they're ridiculously OP. Probably should have saved it for the end, but to be honest with you, I don't really like using them. So for me, I was like, let's try and get this plane out of the sky, show it a few times, and just moving into the final circle here. There's quite a lot of players left, really big player count for this point in the game, so we're definitely gonna have to be careful here. And at this point here, it's just really looking around. Like I say, I got decent weapons and things, so I probably do need to find more loot. And right here, it really confuses me because I see something recently built that was not built by us from our behind. And I reasoned to myself that we're actually getting flanked, and at this point here I start to throw a few gas grenades, and there was actually a cheeky guy on this ramp who was just hiding. Really unusual for that guy to be there. I did not pick these guys up until the very last moment, and all of a sudden, look at that rocket, how it narrowly missed me, and another Ragnarok comrade is coming near. Oh my god, I don't know how that rocket did not hit me there, to be honest. It must have gone through my legs or something. I'm not even kidding. How did that rocket not hit? And at this point here, we've got our work cut out. I think there's a team in front of Robior and GanGStaRss as well as these team behind me. At this point here, I'm definitely getting a bit nervous in terms of I think I was worried that I didn't want to get knocked at this point, so I was playing a bit too passive there maybe. Not the best use of materials until I was able to get up to this guy and get lucky with the blue tactical, but I think that's something that I want to improve a little bit upon my individual game, being a bit more confident with building. Sometimes it's not going to work out, sometimes you're going to get knocked and stuff, but I seem to always try and play as if to not get knocked. But I think sometimes in Fortnite Battle Royale, you just have to go for it and just, literally see what happens and experiment with the building anyway, because that's the only way you're going to get better at build fights. But as you can see there, eventually I made it work to my advantage, and the boys did really well to stay alive at that point. Right here, they all needed med kits. I said I've got med kits, but a little bit of scrappiness from me there. I should have just been splitting out, dropping one at a time, because then I've just given GanGStaRss free, and then he's got to kind of, juggle them out as well. The storm's coming in now, but regardless, we did remarkably well there. Should have grabbed the minis here, but I thought maybe my teammate was going to pick them up. Right here, GanGStaRss trying to get the attention of our random so we can rift together. He's got a rift to go, and as you would have seen from my other videos, GanGStaRss is lost for those things. He always manages to find them as well, and here we are, Frostwind back in play, back with the dragon. But regardless, good performance from us all. I think we all did our part there in that team face-off. We did well to keep it to, again, a massive player count for such a small circle. I think 17 players, as I can see on the preview screen there, for a really small circle around Dusty Divot or Devo, whatever you prefer. But amazing, to be honest, to have that kind of size player count. And such a small circle. So at this point here, making sure I get the heals on everything, get my teammates sorted out as well, make sure we all get sorted, because we're going to have to fight very, very soon. And at this point here, switching for the brick and the metal first, because obviously at this point in the game you want a bit of a stronger material. I'm starting to do that a bit more now, not trying to get the other mats as well as wood. Sometimes, you know, I don't have enough mats because I'm only tend to, you know, farm wood during the game. Obviously the aim is to try and kill others to, you know, get plenty more materials, but yeah, definitely starting to try and claim to get much more of the maximum amount of usage of materials generally, so I'm trying to get bricks and metal now. And at this point here we have a team sort of consistent in the area that we came from, so at this point here I decided to put some pressure to buy my teammates some time because they're all in the facility, and managed to hit some okay shots here actually, so a little bit of damage on point. Annoying that this guy has some sort of, I think it's a quad launcher, so I'm just trying to be careful here. I'm going to continuously destroy my structures with that. So at this point here I'm really buying a lot of time for my teammates, and it's a nice place for them to add some added pressure, and at this point here I managed to get a knock onto one of the players, which is huge. Again, the heavy assault rifle proving invaluable there as I get my third kill, and at this point here just being really cautious and trying to sort of get together with my teammates. Now one of the enemies is still alive at this point, but I didn't see where he went. As you can see, he's just ahead of us here, and it's annoying because I wanted to grab all of this loot, and then the random gets knocked, unfortunately. So at this point here, should have built the wall there as soon as I moved out, because he's behind the trees, just going to peek shoot. And at this point here, I say to my teammates, Robior and GanGStaRss, guys, if you can help us out once you finish, because I'm getting wrecked over here trying to get our random, and I did decide that I wanted to save him because I thought we might need him. We're all kind of low health, so we kind of need to stick together. So that was a really nice play, and I think Rob does clear up that guy, so we're all safe in the end. But yeah, a little bit sloppy from me there. It was a bit annoying that I took that extra bit of damage, but yeah, you know, hopefully Serenities can still come through it with his bros. But yeah, it was a bit unnecessary really to take that damage, and definitely does put me in a bit of a difficult situation with this next part of the game. As you can see, the zone is going to the massive hill in front of us, and Serenities realises he needs that rockets. He was going to give him the gangsters, but I think he's going to need them for the end, as we'll see in a moment. So Serenities making his way up the hill with the rockets in hand, and then notices that they're all up on the hill, and 4 players left. Tries the blue hunting rifle here, but unfortunately doesn't hit the shot. At this point the zone's coming in, he's not got much health. Realises he's going to have to keep building up because they're right above him, raining down fire with shots from the mountain. At this point Serenity's just thinking, God, we're just going to have to build. And at this point here he's looking to do that and protect himself against this threat on the mountain. And at this point here he's like, guys, I got to heal, I'm going to get knocked if I don't heal. And at this point here start to apply the med kit and start to hear some sounds from the woods below that we came out of Dusty Divot and Dusty Devo, and the sword, I can hear someone in the woods, and you know the sword is was currently in play at this point, so at least one person must have it at the end. And at this point I see a blue ray of light, and luckily for me he runs away, but as you can see, there he is, the frostwind flying over the sword, you know, frightened for his life. And at this point here trying to avoid the infinity blade, and realising, you know, things are looking pretty dire at the moment, need to try and get this crate and try and get some, you know, additional stuff. So Serenities makes the push, and you know, good to get away from those guys above us on the hill. There's a pretty horrible situation. At this point it's a good crate, but not quite what I wanted at this point in the gameplay, because would have appreciated some shields. But here we go, Serenities and team, you know, Robior, GanGStaRss and Serenities are going to have to try something here. So at this point here, firing the rockets onto that big base on the hill, and as you can see the sword guys in pursuit, using the grapplers to get away, trying to get away from the infinity blade. And as you can see, just looking to make a presence on the hill, still thinking that the guy was in his face, but he's moved out of it now and gets me for more damage. Unfortunately I take a load of damage there, and at this point here Serenities is going to have to pull off something quite spectacular to keep himself in the game. And obviously all of his teammates are weak as well. It's not going well for Serenities and friends right here, and at this point here guys, trying to get this Royale for my brothers Robior and GanGStaRss at this point here, just building everything. And you know, I've got the material to do so, but have to build loads of structures above to keep us in this, and make the zone ours. But it's difficult, you know. But the one advantage we do have is advantage in numbers, and as you can see, my teammates have continued applying the this strategy, and protecting ourselves from the above threat, and at this point here, just again doing the same thing. And as you can see, it's all popping off. Just making sure that I'm well secured at every point. The planes are here. Rob's kind of looking out, making sure it's all going to pop off. No one knows what's going to happen. It's moving into the final zone, and you can hear the plane. I think the sword guy's now got in the plane. And there's still that guy left on the hill, and at this point Serenity's teammates go down, but he manages to take that guy down off the hill with some perfect heavy assault rifle shots. It's all kicking off, but where is the sword guy? He's up above. Serenity shoots the structure by Infinity Blade, and that's the Royale right there and then, guys. Serenity's clutching it when all hope seemed lost, and God knows what was happening there. I couldn't even keep up with the commentary, but like I said earlier, guys, the heavy assault rifle gold saved our bacon there, and unfortunately Robior and GanGStaRss there did their part. They knocked one of the enemy there, but then I had to finish it off for the bros. That was a really nice gameplay again. At that point when I was moving into the final bit, Rob was like, oh, nice kill onto that guy on the hill, but there's still this sword guy, so probably lost this one. But no, Serenity's pulls it out of the bag, pulls the Royale out of the bag to win again. But yeah, hope you guys really enjoyed this one. It was like I say, not my highest kill game, but a lot of action. And that ending circle, man, we had a sword Infinity Blade guy in a plane. We had you know, this really persistent Nogobs or whatever he is, Yuletide Ranger on the top, and yeah, it just Serenity's ended it all. But really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.